This is a quick review of my impressions of my Omega Speedmaster triple date, um, otherwise known as the Mark 40. It seems like there's two watches that people refer to as Mark 40s. There's this kind of all black version, and then there's one that has like red hands and a half blue subdial. So this is the one that I have. I got this watch probably about 3 years ago now. I got it from eBay from a Japanese seller. At the time, I got it for about $1,500, which seemed like a steal just based on the quality of the watch and how many complications it has. Yeah, I did purchase this watch with it's got a little bit of wear on the aluminum insert on the bezel. When I got this watch, I immediately put it on this black racing strap. I think it looks a lot better than the metal bracelet. I do have the metal bracelet here. It feels pretty smooth. Feels like it'd be really nice to wear. The clasp does have only a release on the one side, so it seems like it might be a little awkward. But I can't really give much of a review of the bracelet as I have not worn it. The case is a pretty comfortable case. It has some decent thickness to it, but the lugs are nice and curved, and overall it wears very light, so you don't really feel the thickness much. It's very comfortable and light to wear. The overall dial I really like. The proportions seem really nice. It has a lot of detail, a lot of busyness to the dial, but there's also a lot of negative space, so I really like it. I've never owned like a more stereotypical Moonwatch Omega, but to me I prefer this one. It just has a little bit more complexity to it. The setting of the watch, because it does have so many complications, there are a couple things to set, like if you don't wear the watch every day, or like during COVID, I haven't worn this for months at a time. So the date indicator, that's really easy to set with the crown, and then the day of the week you can set it with a little pusher on the side here. But if you fall a couple months behind, the only way to set the month is to cycle the date indicator all the way around. So that can be a little bit of a pain if you don't wear it for a couple months, but it does cycle pretty quick with the crown, so it's not too bad. The top dial is the minute chrono, the bottom dial is the hour, and then this left dial has the running seconds and a 24-hour indicator. As you can see, I have not worn this watch since a few days ago, so it's not the second indicator isn't currently running. So that brings me to one of maybe the small negatives about this watch. Overall, I love this watch, but I guess because it's a racing watch, it's not really a tool watch. It feels a little bit delicate. It's very light. It doesn't feel like something you'd want to wear in the shop or to go hiking. This bezel edge is pretty kind of thin and narrow. So for me, it's more of like a jeans and t-shirt type watch in a casual setting. Since I like to wear tool watches in general, to me I just don't wear it enough because I tend to pick my tool watches more. But I really do love this watch. One of my favorite things is the crystal. So the crystal is kind of domed there, and since the bezel is curved, and then the crystal kind of bubbles off the top, I just love kind of the overall presence it gives the dial. It gives it a lot of like space and kind of roomy presence. It has a very like 3D look. You can kind of see with all the hands there. So I think that's my favorite thing about this watch. So overall, it's a really nice watch. I really enjoy it, although I don't wear it as much as some of my other watches. One of the other very small downsides is the automatic weight for powering the watch. It does have a fairly loud kind of sort of cheap sounding noise if you really swing it. So I'll swing it here for a second and you can hear it. So you can hear it a little bit there. It kind of sounds like a toy a little bit. But other than that, there's really not a ton of negatives to this watch. It's a great watch, so I really enjoy it.